Hello, good morning, Tony. Tony's LPs are us for dropping in. I've got another one of my series of LPs that I have in my collection that are always in rotation in the goodie box. And this is volume 3. This is a little different. It's heavy rotation of OG LPs, but it's only one song that I usually play out of these albums. I'm a purist. I don't really like great hits. I rather the song in its original content, which is within the context of an LP and the way that the artist had intended it to be heard, in that flow. Usually with concept albums as well. And I like deep cuts, which you don't get on greatest hits, and also usually with the original album, you're going to get the best mastering. And usually it's from the original analog tapes, especially if it's an OG pressing. So I don't really go for greatest hits, but I do have greatest hits in my collection. First one up, that's in heavy rotation, but I only play one song for the most part, and that's the Survivor album, Eye of the Tiger. That's a great album. It's, Eye of the Tiger was the theme of a Rocky movie. And this album is just as the original Inner. This album, Eye of the Tiger, it's a different mix from the single. The drums are out there. It's so well mic'd. So if you get a chance, pick these up. These aren't too expensive anymore. And this is produced by Frankie Sullivan, Jim Pitterick. Eye of the Tiger, first track, so it sounds really, really good. So this is what I usually play from this LP. Another one, which is the greatest hits, ironically, but it's the one I pulled out. The RCA greatest hits of Lou Reed, Walk on the Wild Side. And this was a Best Buy issue, so this is a budget pressing. But let me tell you, this album sounds fantastic, and I usually just play Walk on the Wild Side for people. It's demo quality. The way it's mixed and the way the back singers are mic'd up and come up and pass behind you. So this is what I usually play in this. It's all good though. You have Sweet Jane, White Light, White Heat, Sally Can't Dance, Tony Island Baby. Of course, I'll play this album in its entirety, but I usually just play Walk on the Wild Side. Here's another one of my favorites. This is a green Warner Brothers. You can see the original Warner Brothers old Inner. And this is Ides of March, Vehicle. And I just usually play Vehicle, which is the hit on this. This is just a fantastic album. This also includes a fabulous version. Let me see. Just bear with me here. I'm getting a reflection of Wooden Ships and Symphony for Eleanor Rigby. So I usually just play for people that stop by and want to hear something really wild. It's different mix from the single, Vehicle. And then there's also a great jam on Wooden Ships to Crosby, Stills and Nash record. And that's the back of this. Vehicle, Ides of March, super green Warner pressing. Here's another one. I usually just play the one track. Ozzy Brothers from New Jersey, 3+3. And I usually play That Lady. Who's That Lady? And I think it's parts 1 and 2. But here's the gatefold. Just a well-recorded album. Came out in the 70s on Columbia. And I'll just show you the label real here. This sounds great. On T-Neck, they had their own T-Neck. And here's a song I featured once before, an album I featured once before for Audiophile Sound. And that's the Bee Gees' Choose On. And I usually just play Lonely Nights. on here. The rest of the album's good, but Lonely Nights just sounds great. The piano sounds real, the way it's built up. And here's my little notes, some of the notes I have on here. But it's gatefold, original. This is a cutout. You can see from Atco. But Lonely Nights is what I usually track on this in rotation. Here, of course, is a classic. The entire album's good. Die cut sleeve, die cut jacket. Killing Me Softly with his song. That clocks in at about 4 minutes, 46 seconds. And just, her voice is heavenly. Just fantastic. Roberta Flack. I usually just pop this in. Someone wants to hear a super female vocal. This is in rotation. And of course, I would be negligent if I didn't put this one on, especially since we just lost the genius BURT Bacharach. And this is the classic pressing of Casino Royale, the 1967 Bond movie, BURT Bacharach. Here's a photo of him in the back. And on here, this is a 4-record, 45 RPM recording, one-sided, 4 records, one-sided. And what I play on here is the Look of Love. The Look of Love on 45 RPM by Dusty Springfield. I believe it takes up either one side or 2 sides on that LP, but just chills. You get chills when you hear it. The one of the best soundtracks of a Bond movie. The Coldrum's version is demo quality. This, of course, takes it to another level. So rest in peace, BURT. And this is just unbelievable with Herb Alpert and the Tijuana Brass, and that's the spine. So this is the collector's edition, and I believe these tapes were destroyed in that famous, infamous fire, where tapes and acetates and test pressings and what have you were all burned. And I believe the Casino Royale tapes were in that. So this is the best, next to a master reel-to-reel. This is the best you're probably going to be able to enjoy Casino Royale in this format. And of course, my feature, every day I try to feature an album that's an OG pressing for my collection, but has audiophile properties, sonics, content, pedigree, and that's Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune. I'm always playing Blue Oyster Cult, Agents of Fortune, and of course I always play on this one, Don't Fear the Reaper. Don't Fear the Reaper is just fantastic. Shelly Yakis and Andy Abraham are the recording engineers. And I believe Shelly has a little documentary just on Don't Fear the Reaper track on YouTube. It's I've seen it a few times. He's famous. He's a famous recording engineer. This album went platinum in the U.S. It went gold in Canada. It was released in May of 1976, 21st, from Columbia Records. And it's just fabulous. Platinum U.S., and it reached number 12 on Billboard 100. Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper, demo quality all the way through. Audiophile sound with a regular pressing. So I usually just play Don't Fear the Reaper, but this whole album has audiophile quality. And it's just a gem. It's just a gem. And that's it. Here's the LP. That's the first issue. This is in really nice condition. I've had this record since 76, 77. And if you take care of your equipment, if your stylus is always up to snuff, clean your records. Don't bring them to parties. Don't lend them out. Your records will last forever. They'll outlast all of us. So that's it. Just what's in heavy rotation, and 7 LPs that I usually only play one track, and I name those tracks. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this segment. It's a little different, and leave your comments, and please help us out with subscribing, and you'll be notified. We're going to try to do one of these every day or so. Okay, thank you. Keep rocking. LPs R Us are out, and stay safe. Thank you. Bye-bye.